Hey, what's up everybody? You're probably wondering why I changed shirts. Well, that's because I'm actually recording this before I've seen the movie. And to prove it to you, as you can see, my hair isn't fixed. Okay, so that's just science. So anyway, I have not seen the movie yet, but I wanted to give you a little bit of insight into my expectations for the movie. That way you can better gauge when I actually give my review of the movie. So I haven't seen the movie yet, but I just watched all the trailers and most of the TV spots. And so now I gotta say, this movie, it doesn't look like it's going to be anything special. So what I'm expecting is a pretty thin plot, fairly adequate to bad acting, frantic Michael Bay style action, and lots of puns, easy cheap shot jokes, turtle puns, animal puns, food puns, and stuff like that. So that's pretty much what I'm expecting. Now, I'm a big fan of the Ninja Turtles. I've seen the entire original series, the entire movie series, the 2003 TV series, animated series, which is my favorite. Only a few episodes of the live action animated series. So anyway, I really want this movie to do well. I don't think it's going to be very good though. First of all, Megan Fox is in it, and nothing against Megan Fox, but I've never seen anything that she's been in where I thought to myself, maybe she's got some deep hidden talents, acting abilities, like deep down inside. I've just never seen that. Sorry, Megan Fox, please don't curse me out. But yeah, so her being in it automatically drops it down to like a 6 out of 10 at best, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and predict that I'm going to give this movie a 5 out of 10 rating. And that's me being generous because I want it to be good, but it just doesn't look that good. So that's sort of my expectations going into it. And now we're going to cut forward to after I've already seen the movie. So bye. Hey, what's up everybody? We are back in the present day time. I'm here with my good friend Danny Boyle. And we just saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, this was actually a little bit worse than I was expecting it to be. I was optimistic about the movie, but it still could not. I still had low expectations, but it did not even meet my expectations. So, as I said before, I was expecting this to be about a 5 out of 10. I would say this is actually about a 4 out of 10. So, Danny, what were your initial impressions of the movie?
After seeing Mr. Bay's last work, and I'm being generous with the Mister there. Not sure he deserves that much at this point.
Transformers?
Yes, very clever. After seeing the abysmal abomination that was, I set myself up for success by putting my expectations in the sewer along with the turtles. Extremely low. Extremely low. I expected absolutely nothing, and the film lived up to those expectations.
Well, I'm happy for you. I was slightly more optimistic that it might give us something, at least some great action. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. Okay, what do you think the best thing about the movie was?
I have two things that I liked about the movie.
Okay.
One, the comic relief. Well, you can't really say comic relief because there's a good amount of comedy or attempts at comedy throughout the movie. The Michelangelo character, Mikey, the fun guy, he I thought did good in his role. I thought they used him well as far as the constant lighthearted character that he was, and he had some funny one-liners that I laughed at a couple of times. So I thought they did good there. The other thing though, and I'm gonna call this a positive, is there are some movies that are just so bad that you can't watch them because it hurts your eyes to put yourself through that.
Okay.
Then there are the movies that are so bad it's entertaining to rewatch how bad they were.
Okay.
I think this one has a chance to be a cult bad movie.
A Spig?
Yes.
So bad it's good?
Yes. Yes, I mean, this is quite possibly a Batman and Robin. So terrible.
Yeah.
You gotta watch it just so you can laugh at how bad it was.
I thought that this movie was at least going to give us some good action scenes. Because, you know, whatever you think of Michael Bay, he can put together a pretty sweet action scene.
He can.
Granted, they don't always have the emotional weight that they should, because the context of the rest of the story is terrible. But this movie, man, it didn't even deliver on that level for me. There was only one scene that was
Which one?
Engaging on the snow. It's in the trailer where they're in the snow.
Really?
And
you liked that one?
I liked it, but and there were several action scenes, but that was the only one that was kind of engaging. But the rest of them, they just didn't connect with me. It was like the way they were shot. It was like Michael Bay light, but it just wasn't working for me. I wasn't feeling like the punches, and I mean,
even with the lens flares,
they were barely adequate, most of them, and some of them weren't even that. I don't know how to say it, but they just didn't connect with me, and I wasn't like feeling. And I think it has to do with the fact that the characters aren't very well developed at all.
No.
Like I think they're kind of assuming that you already know like what archetypes they fit into. I'm guessing that they're assuming that we already know, because there's not a whole lot of. They don't give them a lot of chances to show their character and
each
stuff.
one's just a character type, and that's it.
They're
very one-dimensional.
They're pretty much stuck in whatever they think.
Yeah.
But what I did like about the movie was there were a few glimmers of when they're all together, and you can see like the brotherhood and their bond as brothers. You could that kind of came through and came across really well. Just a few times. Most of the time I wasn't feeling their chemistry, but a few times it did work really well, and you could they felt like brothers that are friends and know each other well, and you could really feel that. But most of the time they're just kind of stuck in their little stereotypes, and they don't even really give them a lot of chances to get their character out there.
Yeah.
It was a little too human-centric for me. Oh, and Megan Fox. Now, Megan Fox, Danny, tell me have you ever seen a movie that she was in and you thought maybe somewhere deep down, like deep down inside, there is a good actress if she's got the right, script and the right role and stuff. Maybe somewhere deep down there is a good actress. I have never seen that personally in her. Have you?
I mean,
like, have you ever seen a role where you thought, or maybe just like a scene where you thought, maybe deep down there is a good thespian in there?
No. But I would say she's.
We know from Jennifer's Body there's a little lesbian in there, but is there a good thespian
Wasn't she in
there?
Teeth, or was she in? Or no, I'm thinking.
Jennifer's Body.
Yeah.
Amanda Seyfried.
I
haven't seen that movie, but I heard that there's some good acting in there. Maybe I don't know.
I think when people call it good, they're looking for a different reason. No, I mean, I would say that she's. We know how Hollywood works with some of their stars. Some people are stars because they're known for giving great performances over and over, and you can go Daniel Day-Lewis and Michael Fassbender and some of these people that you can put them in whatever. I would say she's like a female Vin Diesel. If you use her in the one type of role that she can do, she can be entertaining and she can be believable in that role, because that's just how she is. She's really very limited in her ability or her range. She has a very big range. You know what I mean? But that was actually one of the problems I had in this is I just don't think she fit the role for this. I only saw Megan Fox. I at no point in the film saw, intrepid reporter, go get him chasing the story down, April O'Neil, which is who she was playing, but I didn't see that. I only saw Megan Fox.
The script and the dialogue is just pretty much all terrible.
Not the best dialogue for sure.
But there was a few glimmers where I thought, maybe if she was written a little bit better, I could kind of see Megan Fox being believable as April O'Neil. But this was not the script for her, and this is not the role for her. Yeah, I definitely agree with you there.
Yeah,
this is not for her. So let's talk about the question that's on everyone's mind. What are this movie's Oscar chances? Because it's Oscar season. It's August. It's Oscar
That's what
season.
I hear. Apparently, it starts in August.
You know, these Ninja Turtles are putting that bait out there.
I mean, I'll give the movie this. If you're, and I don't think it's any big spoiler to anyone. This movie is definitely aimed at a younger audience, younger demographic. You know,
A lot of kids in the theater.
yeah. Even a couple like running around away from the parents in the movie. They're chasing them down.
They want to practice their ninja skills.
Yeah, we've seen from some of the Pixar films and some of the other stuff. You can make a kid-targeted, a young audience-targeted movie, and it still be good and still be very enjoyable for the older crowd.
The Lego Movie. I like that movie.
Yeah, I mean stuff that has a very broad scope. This one to me is really only going to be thoroughly enjoyed by a young audience who, plays with the Nintendo or the
Toys.
the Ninja Turtle toys. Some of us, I think, thought that the people my age who were first starting to get into movies and stuff back when the original live action Ninja Turtles came out with the rubber suits and the practical effects and everything. I thought that they were going to be reaching back for the nostalgia and everything, but this film, the only nostalgia that was there for me were the very, very forced throwbacks. Like the thing with the pizza falling on Splinter's head, and the cowabunga that they threw in there in such a haphazard way that was just, it didn't fit at all, but they were doing it because they were like, hey, we got some boxes to check. Did you put cowabunga in it? Oh, it's almost the end. Throw that in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let's say like 14 or below.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah. If you're
A+
looking for
ratings from the 14 and 14
if you're looking
and
for mindless, don't think about plot devices. Don't think about the depth of the characters. Yeah, if you're looking for something that's cool to watch for a young audience, that is has some comedic elements and some flashy stunts.
just a few jokes actually landed.
Yeah, I mean, there were kids laughing at stuff that I didn't think was funny. Again, might be the wrong demographic there.
The kids, they got a lot of laughs out of some of those jokes.
Yeah, so I think if you're going for that reason, then it can be enjoyable. But for myself, it was a big miss.
What would you rate the movie out of 10?
If I was giving out of 10,
yeah, those letter grades don't mean anything.
I like to give the teacher grade.
We'll make a video about this, but okay, give both then.
If I was a teacher and I was grading this, I would say D minus.
D minus. Okay.
Yeah, 1 out of 10. I would probably have to rate it. Man, 3.5 would be pushing it.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say 4. The way my scale works is if it's above a 6, then I'd recommend you go see it in theaters. If it's between a 4 and a 6, then I would say only if it looks interesting to you should you go see it in theaters. And if it doesn't look that interesting, or maybe only slightly, then maybe it's a rental. And if it's below a 4, then just don't even bother with it at all. So yeah, I would say this is a 4.
So for me, don't bother at all.
Yeah. I would say if you're into Ninja Turtles like I am, like I talked about before, then there's a little something here for you. I would say just go see it. Just put your expectations on the floor. But if you're not even a Ninja Turtles fan and you're looking just maybe like for an action movie or just like a fun action movie, this is not. You're not gonna enjoy this at all. So just go ahead and skip it. Don't even rent it. So yeah, I'm gonna say 4 out of 10. All right, well that wraps it up for this review. Definitely check back here for more reviews and maybe some not reviews coming in the future. And we will see you next time.